should count. They have to see to it that they play as a team, plan well. The coaching staff, support staff is also very good. I hope Amol has now been there for quite some time. He's played few series with the girls. And I'm sure with Harman and Smriti and the others coming in, and I'm glad that the Yastika and the other girl, the Patil girl, has passed this thing, the fitness test. So that will be a big boost for the team. Because we were a little dicey with the number 3 position, where we were struggling. We tried a lot of combinations. But with Yastika coming in, I think that is the ideal number 3 for her.
And how do you see the, you mentioned these names, but from all the teams participating, are there any players you think people should watch out for them in the upcoming tournament?
Barring India players?
Barring India, is there anybody that comes to mind?
There are a lot of players. England has many players. Australia has many players. I won't rule out even Sri Lankan players and some of the Bangladesh players. If you saw the last Asia Cup final, the 2 girls who batted out of their skin literally and took the victory out of our hands. So it's T20 is anybody's game on that day. It has to be, where you have to play well on that day. And if it is your day, either a bowler or a batter will take the game away.
And I ask you this question as a former left-arm spinner as well. T20, the shortest form of the game, it has certain challenges for spin bowlers. So what would you advise to upcoming spinners or even the existing lot of spinners about how to handle the challenges of T20 cricket?
Spinners, these days, initially when T20 started, spinners were a little difficult for them to bowl at because everybody went hammer and tongs. But of late, the spinners definitely have a role in which they slow down the game. So coming in the middle overs or even in the power play, it will definitely help. You just have to maintain your line and length. And I don't think, at least in women's cricket, you can toss the ball a little bit. You've got now bigger, little bit, boundaries are a little short, but if we can get to ICC to increase the boundaries, I think our spinners will definitely do well.
And ma'am, from your playing days, I mean, obviously there was no T20 in your playing days. So who are the players you recall from your playing days who would have been an absolute sensation in T20 cricket?
Well, the first name that comes to me is Shanta Rangaswamy, who was a great all-rounder, powerful hitter, very good in-swing bowler. So her 4 overs plus batting also, I think she would have been the best. I also liked Gargi Banerjee from Calcutta, the opening bat. She was very aggressive. I remember 1986 England tour when we were there. She was a very famous cutter of the ball. So they would have point, backward point and a gully for her. She would still get the gaps. Of course, that was a test match, But these players did have it in them to, they would have walked into any team at this moment.
And when it comes to the prospects, like obviously all of us here would like India to win, but from the other teams, there is Australia, England. They have Australia, of course, 6 titles already. Sri Lanka created a massive upset in the Asia Cup final recently. So from the other teams, who do you see, doing very well in this competition? We are playing in UAE, so it's subcontinental conditions. Who do you see doing well?
See, it all depends because every team is capable of winning the cup. It's not that just because Australia has won. They are more professional. That is why they know how to win and they play hard. So that is what is important. South Africa is an upcoming team, completely changing, evolving now. A lot of good players there. And the experience of these other girls with the WPL is really helping the standard of women's cricket to come up. So that experience plus the Big Bash in Australia and the 100 in England, that has helped a lot of players to evolve the game and get into the T20 mold. But it will be, I think it's an open World Cup.
And there are a lot of upcoming cricketers here. So as a legend of the game, as someone who has excelled at the highest level, what is it that you would like to convey to them in the sense that they are all aspiring to play for the country, aspiring to play in future World Cups? So what are the things that they should work on, what they should get right?
Well, definitely have an ambition. The discipline is very important. When you're practicing, when you're playing, you should have the desire, but you should deserve to desire. You know, when you deserve, you will get everything. So don't think that I should get this, I should get that, but you have to work hard for it. You have to put in a lot of hours of practice. It's not easy. It is, if you really want to achieve your game, you have to play at higher levels. And you have to, this thing. I'll give you my own example. When I started with Albies cricket at CCI, it was very difficult for me bowling in the nets to the women because I was able to get a lot of wickets. I could get batsmen out. Sungrace and Nidlon were at the side practicing. So I asked Mrs. Bamji, who was in charge of the nets, I said, can I go and bowl to the boys? You know, I want to improve my game. So she agreed, and I requested Sunil and all, they were there. And that's how I always played with a player who is at a higher level than me. I played with Fourth Vijay, boys. I played a lot of games with the boys. So that is how I improved my game. I've had the distinction of bowling to every international men's cricket team that came to Mumbai. I was allowed to bowl in their nets, including Pakistan. So that was my aim, and that was the encouragement given to me. And that's how I lifted my game, and I could become a successful bowler, and I would say a decent bat. I was a good all-rounder, but lower down the order. And as I said, T20, if it was that time, I would have enjoyed it, because that was my game. I used to love hitting the ball out of the ground. So that's how I made myself. You have to take it yourself. You don't need the association to make you practice or give you the facilities. You have to look around where I can go and practice. Where are the clubs? Where are you have now? There's money in the game. We didn't have money. We paid from our pockets to play. So you must understand, y'all are getting match fees, y'all are traveling well, we travel unreserved, even as an India team. So make use of that money, go for physical training, go to gyms, get your personal trainers also, but you all have to make the effort. That is very, very important if you really want to come and play the World Cup. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
We also have with us, coincidentally, another left-arm spinner. She is now the ICA nominated member of the NCA Apex Council and represented India in the 1990s. Please welcome on stage Ms. Sangeeta Katware. Madam, you played in the 1990s, 80s, 90s. Today we are, it's more than 30 years later. So if you are asked to talk about the major differences that you see, women's cricket then and now, physical, technical, what would those differences be?
As Diana ma'am has already spoken, that we have to pay from our own pockets. The same thing, now they are getting everything. Even the association is encouraging them. As basis of the BCCI tournament, all associations, especially I'll talk about the Mumbai Cricket Association, they are seeing that the club tournament or whatever local tournament has to be, if there is a T20 tournament for the BCCI, they see to it, the local girls also play. So in that they can select the girls and they can this thing. But major thing is the money is there now and the infrastructure is there. That's the only difference I can see.
Okay. And with the World Cup coming up, so how do you see the chances of the Indian team, keeping in mind the recent performances? We have done very well, reached the finals, semi-finals on a couple of occasions. There have been some near misses actually. So
No,
how do you see our prospects?
I'll see them winning. Actually, I played 2 World Cups, but never ever get a chance to take in my hand this trophy. So now they are a very good side. All are good performing. And I think they should win the match, World Cup.
And apart from India, who do you see would be the other teams that will, because Australia have actually
See,
won
Australia
6 out of
has
8.
already won 4 they are
6
consecutive,
times.
6 times. They are consecutive 3 champions there. Then the England and the New Zealand. But I'll still feel India should win this World Cup.
Okay. And I asked Diana ma'am a question. I'll ask you the same question. Who are the players from your days, your playing days? There was no T20 then. Who are the players you recall from your playing days who you think would have absolutely been a sensation in 2020 cricket?
Well, one thing, right now, Diana ma'am is there sitting. I just saw Leah Francis also sitting there because she's also a very good, two good fast bowlers she was. And there are some Aparna Kamli, I think I've seen also. She's also come here because they are center from the Bombay side. And then, of course, Shantaranga Swami is there. So that is a thing. You know, there are so many other players also.
And who, according to you, you said obviously we all want India to win, but who you think are the specific players to watch out for in the upcoming World Cup?
I'll go for this Smruti and then Harman. I'll see both of them should perform well, and because they are playing and they have a good combination also, so they can calculate and they can achieve this for us.
And among the younger lot, anybody specific who you feel has a great future ahead?
There are actually. Dipta is there. All are there. So let's see.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. So that brings us to the end of this very small little function. There will be a photo opportunity for everybody here. Thank you very much for coming here to this historic venue this morning and being a part of this trophy tour to the Wankhede Stadium. We will have some photographs clicked now. Thank you very much.